Welcome back. So today we're going to be dyeing the clothes, and materials we need is the sulfite, caustic soda, and the ink, the dye. We have different types of dyes. We have the reactive, we have the vat dyes. The vat dyes are usually more affordable, inexpensive, and so we use more of the vat dye. I'm going to be using 1.5 spoon of the brown, and the sulfites and the caustic soda I'm going to be using 2:1. So usually what I do first is to ferment the color, the dye. The reason is to ensure that the dye does not have any patch like any dot on the cloth. So I mostly used to melt the dye first with just a little bit of warm water before I put my caustic soda and sulfite. So it's 2:1 I'm using. You can as well use 4:2. That's 4 of the sulfite and 2 of the caustic, and you put your water. I use the measuring cup too, and I want the dye bar to be very rich, so you can see the way I'm taking my time to put just little amount of water. Most people put cold water, but I'm not going to put in cold water. I'm just going to be using the hot water directly, but if you want to put the cold water, it's there for you. And now I've put it on. So we already set the clothes, and we have set the clothes on the net or anything you have, so that once you're putting it, the reason is to ensure that you get a very neat work. You don't want ink mixing, and it's not bad for the inks to mix, do you understand? But I just want to be very intentional. So you can see I'm turning it over to the other side. So I'm going to apply the same way I've applied it at the front. So I'm going to put the dye, then once I'm done, I would mix my green and equally put as well. So you want to make sure the dye is touching those areas. When you're washing and you're trying to see the final result, you would actually see what you've done. So you have to pay attention to everything. Literally you have to pay attention to the time, to the dyeing, and that is patience. You have to be very patient also and trust the process. But this is the green now. We are doing the green. We are putting chemicals, sulfite, caustic soda. The essence of sulfite is to retain the dye on the fabric. So it's sulfite that does more of the work. That is why we put it more. So you can put 4 of sulfite, 4 spoon of sulfite, then 2 spoon of caustic. Caustic is basically helps to make the clothes very vulnerable, so that the dye can pass through the clothes and can stay there. So the work of the sulfite is to ensure that the dye that is being passed through actually stays there and absorbs, and it comes out very well, so it retains the dye on the fabric. So I'm just putting it on the bottle. In the bottle you can actually apply with kettle, with a spoon, with a sieve, and you can splash. But I think I love using this bottle because it's more it really goes in. I love how the bottle just helps me control the dye, so I don't put so much, especially if I'm very specific about how I want the cloth to look or how I want the dye to be applied. So I'm almost done, and I'm going to be flipping it. So the reason why we flip is because whatever is applied on the front is supposed to be at the back, so that the back does not look faded. Because if you do only one side, the ink, the dye will not be able to enter the other side. It won't pass through the other side, and you want your clothes to be looking really good at the front and the back. So that is why we actually do the front and do the back. So we are coming to the end of the tutorial. I'm also going to show where I wash. If you want me to show where I'm actually washing the fabric, feel free, ask, and I'll drop the video. So we're almost done, and we're going to leave the cloth to set, then we'll wash at least 1 hour. Thank you for watching.